Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namassami. Hello dear friends. It's a fine morning and this is Bolankanda thapoarana Pasyaala Sri Lanka. Today also I am going to give a little talk on mindfulness practice. First of all, I invite you all to sit comfortably and just take a deep breath and hold it for a while, not for long, then let it go. Then take another deep breath and let it go. The third time, you will notice your natural breath will become, maybe stay in a second and goes away. Like that we did meditation together for a moment. That's why we called meditation practice. Okay. So today my topic is emotions, thoughts without emotions. Well, in generally, every people are thinking. Every people would like to think. Sometimes thoughts make us more comfortable environment. Sometimes it is not. Unfortunately, actually, most of the time it is not. When we start to think, it's like a cloud in the sky. You know, sometimes it's calm, sometimes it stays, sometimes go like that. But when we think too much, it's like a cloudy. We call it cloudy, and at that time, it can make storms, and most of the time, raining as well. Okay. So when we having thoughts too much, at that time we usually think this mind we can't control. We can't control this mind. But in generally, after a storm, there will be rain most of the time. But after that, you will see the free sky. And it's beautiful and it's open. Sometimes we think our thought is the mind, but it is not. The mind is the sky, is the awareness. The clouds are just our thoughts. Okay? So in Buddhism, Buddha telling us to see about these thoughts, identify them, but according to the Buddhism, actually, thoughts are not wrong. But they usually encouraging us to think about, especially when we talk about metta meditation or kindness. Yeah, he usually suggests us to think about. He inviting to the people or the disciples to make positive thinking actually. But normally, in generally people, what they believe is thinking is bad. Actually, it is not. Thinking is okay. But what are you thinking is the matter for you. It's personally for you, actually. The problem is, if we overwhelm, when we think, if we thinking, we overwhelmed by the emotions. That is where the problems arises. Okay, because if we compare thoughts and the emotions together, actually thoughts are more comfortable, and we can handle it so quickly. It's very easy. If we compare with the emotions are more difficult. But when we start to think, even sitting meditations, sometimes the beginners, they complain about the thinking. Sometimes long-term meditators also complaining about the thinking. That is normal. The problem is not the thinking, not the thoughts. If we put emotion into the thoughts, that is where the problem arises. That is the problem. Because we think, we have to think. The idea is thinking about something. After we caught up with emotions, we think we have to think about this. We should do this. That is where the emotions are getting control of our thoughts. It's like this. In Buddhism, in Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Buddha called about 4 foundations of mindfulness, and it has 4 ways. The third one is mindful about the mind, okay, or the thoughts. Not only the thoughts, but the mind. He usually inviting us to understand, realized, when you're thinking, yes, I am thinking now. That's it. But normally, what people do is little bit of different. It has a slightly differences, which is they think, I am thinking about my house. I am thinking about my family members. I am thinking about my loved ones. I am thinking about my haters. I am thinking about my future plans. I am thinking about my worries. These and that things. So those are the things I call emotions. Those are the things we hold with the thoughts. Okay, so when the thoughts arises or thoughts ongoing with the emotions, we can't control that thoughts because it's not alone. It is with emotions. That's what I'm saying. Emotions are hard to control, not the thoughts. What Buddha telling us is just to identify, I am thinking. After that, you may find out that you already added the emotions into your thoughts as well. So if you see that, that process will be actually collapse, because you are not going to give them more energy to do so. Otherwise, Buddha inviting us, or the meditation teachers usually inviting us to come back to your meditation posture, or the present moment awareness. That present moment awareness means you can feel your breath, maybe not all the time. It doesn't matter it's in breath or the other one, no problem at all. Maybe you can feel your body sensations. Maybe you can feel your tightness of your clothes, what you're wearing, or the sounds of the nature, or the sounds of the birds, or the sound of the something next to you, or the sounds of the something around you. That is fine, no problem at all. The thing is, when we're practicing mindfulness, there is a very special, unique method called pause a bit. Take a little break. Normally, people don't know give the break to our thoughts. How we do it is just understand that I am thinking right now. And maybe more than that we will understand if we see it clearly and truly. Oh, I already add the emotion to my thoughts as well. Sometimes you may get lucky, maybe that thoughts won't go more than that, because it has no more energy to go, because you are the one who create that energy and give it to your thoughts as emotions. But when you realize that you added the emotions to your thoughts at that time, your mind wanted to stay for a peace a bit. Otherwise, I want to I want you all to come back to your body, or listen to the sounds nearby. In that way, you will give a little bit of peace time to your mind, little bit of pause time to your mind. That's how we take a break from our thoughts. It is just like after the storms, yeah, probably will be rain, but after that, there will be clean sky. There will be open and clean sky, and it's beautiful, and it's free. It's just like that. That's why I'm saying the thinking isn't the problems actually in our life. If we add emotion into our thoughts, that is where the problems are. That is the problems are, because we can't control our emotions. We don't know how to control it. It's not easy to control, because we think these emotions are mine. I have to think about like this. I have to think in this way. This is truly happening. The emotions are caught up with our past worries and past maybe good or bad experiences, and what we're dreaming, and about your family members or loved one, or hatred or revenges especially, and your parents or the family members or the friends or things like that. Maybe about your working or the vehicle, or anything can be. These everything are including or showing as the emotions. Okay, you don't have to identify every thoughts according to Buddha to realize that you are thinking. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. It's like when you see the sky, sometimes you see the clouds are there, but you don't go to examine all the clouds and how the shapes and what is the colors and this and that, and what kind of uh, what kind of uh, what kind of ways that clouds are going. No, you don't do that. But you just understand, or just sees, ah, those are clouds. Ah, now it's a lot of clouds, maybe it's going to be rain, something like that. That is very easy. So my inviting is, thinking is okay in one hand. I don't know what kind of thinking you have, but don't add emotion to it. Okay, try to be mindful all the time, even when you think. If you wanted to think about something, just try to think about it with knowing it. Okay, with mindfully think about it. It's okay, no problem. But the thing is, if you add emotion to your thoughts, that is where you collapse. Yeah, that is where you collapse. So this is what I wanted to deliver today. Actually, most of the people I think they believe thinking is wrong or bad. Actually, it is not. In Buddhism, usually we encourage people to think about the positive thoughts. But the thing is, when you think, if you add emotion to your thoughts, that is where the problems are. That is where the problems are, because you cannot control your emotions. You can control your thoughts, but you cannot control your emotions. Okay? So be careful. That is what I wanted to deliver today. Okay? After you realized that you are thinking, yeah, you will be free actually for a moment. You will be free for a moment. Otherwise, you may come back to your meditation posture or your body. Listen to sounds around you. In that way, you will give a little bit of free time to your mind to take a rest. To take a rest. Yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you today. And I hope this talk or this idea will make your life much easier. Okay, that benefit may goes to everybody in the planet. Okay, thank you for listening, and see you next time. And if you have any questions and or suggestions, please feel free to comment on us as well. Okay, have a nice day.